Hey, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of Unlocking Excellence. I'm your main man, Coach Eric Schwefel. It's great to be here with you today. Hope that you're having a great day so far. And let me tell you, if you're not already subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe to this. We give you different ways to make your life better through different life hacks, through different insights and different strategies that you can implement. This works great if you're a personal trainer, if you're a coach, or if you're just looking for ways to achieve things, right? To make your life just that much more excellent. So today, we're continuing on a little bit with this goal setting thing and getting into it. And the reason why I say that is because many people get confused on what a goal actually is. So we've talked a little bit about how goals need to be smart and how they need to be smarter, right? Specific, measurable. You need them to be attainable, action-oriented, realistic, time-bound. You need to evaluate your goals and you need to reevaluate them every single time. But we haven't really dived into what is a goal versus what is a state. A state, right? Now, you're probably looking at me, or if you're watching this on video or you're listening to this, you're like, the hell is he talking about a state? So I'm going to explain it to you, right? Because there's a little bit of a difference between what a goal is and then what is value or what a state is. So let's go over this real quick, right? Now, a goal is something that is stated specifically. It is something that is stated specifically. So that's why we go into the smarter, right, construct, acronym of specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, time-bound, evaluate, and then reevaluate. And the reason that we go into that is because we need to know what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, with who it's going to happen, and why it's going to happen. That's a major player in actually achieving your goals. So knowing it, right? Another characteristic of a goal and a way to achieve those goals is by writing the goal and the outcome. So not the process at this point, but the actual goal and the outcome. So set it down, set it in front of you, find a place where you can visualize this thing and you can see it every day. Because y'all, if it's not in your viewpoint, if it's not in your perspective, then it's not going to be in your life. Does that make sense? Right? So if you've ever noticed, right, there's a phrase that's called that says absence makes the heart grow fonder. Well, there's also a flip side to that where absence can make you forget, right? If it's not important enough to be in your life every single day, if it's not important enough to drive you, then you're not going to end up doing it. It's like exercising, right? You've got to exercise a majority of the days of the week in order to see the results that you want. You need to eat better and healthier and more consistently in order to get those results, right? And it's the same thing here. In order to get your goals and your results, you need to be reminded of those every single day, man, every single day. So that's why you write your goals and your outcomes for a goal. Now, time is involved in the goal. So one of the characteristics of a goal is that time is involved. There has to be a deadline. There has to be. And on top of that, it takes time to achieve your goals. It really does. We don't live in a universe where the things we want appear to us instantly. Now, there are exceptions to that rule where things happen very quickly, but usually there's time involved that needs to pass, right? It's not like, hey, I wish for a hamburger and then all of a sudden my hamburger is here. I've got to go and get my hamburger. I've got to place the order, pay the money, etc. There are things that need to take place in order for that to happen. The next piece, so once you write down your goal and your outcome, you want to reverse engineer it. So reverse engineering is working backwards, right? What are the short-term goals? What are the long-term goals? What are the milestones that you need in order to achieve your goal? It's simple, right? Now, once you have those, it allows you to see where you're at, what takes place, and what needs to be improved on or course corrected in order to actually get your goal. So understand what I'm saying here, right? We need to reverse engineer and have a plan. It's not enough to say, I want this to happen, right? We need to have a process in place, take action, have faith, but also take action. That's what faith is working towards something even though it's not there, and knowing that the constant deliverance of effort and persistence is what's going to bring that goal about. Now, in reverse engineer it, you write out those long-term goals, you write out those short-term goals, but this is the big thing. This is the big thing. It's stated for yourself. And only state your goal to those who will hold you accountable. Ooh, now, why? Why would I say that? Now, for a goal, the thing with a goal is sometimes goals are big and scary, right? There's this thing called the BHAG, the big, hairy, audacious goal. That goal is supposed to take you to a whole nother level. That goal is supposed to say, hey man, this thing right here, this thing is going to make me a different person. It's going to call me forth in such a way that I never thought that it would. And from here, I'm going to be the best version of myself that I can possibly be. But with that, it's going to take time. With that, it's going to take effort. And with that, it's also going to require me to change who I am a little bit. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it will require me to change who I am a little bit. Now, what do you think would happen is if you told somebody that you wanted to be, if you were a kid and you wanted to be an NBA player, and you wanted to get an A in the class, or you wanted to be a scientist, whatever it meant was you told somebody your dream, and that person had too small of a mind to see and believe in your vision, that they told you, hey, this isn't going to happen. You're not smart enough. You're not pretty enough. You're not strong enough. You don't have the strength. You don't have the will. Whatever it might be, there are small-minded people who will not support your goal or believe in you in the way that you need that belief in that moment. Because that person that you're telling could be the person to shatter your dream, or they could be the person to elevate you to a whole nother level, the support that you needed to move forward. There have been times in my own life where I've told people, hey, this is what I want to achieve, and they've told me that's stupid, and they've told me that's dumb, and I shouldn't do that. And guess what? I did it, and now they're saying, what a good job you did, E. What a good job you did, Eric. There have been people that told Michael Jordan that he wasn't good enough to be a basketball player. They've told Oprah that she was too fat for TV. She owns her own network now. They told Disney that he wasn't creative enough. Disney had his original character, his original drawing. I think it was Oswald the Duck. I could be wrong on that. But anyway, it was stolen. He had gone bankrupt several different times. There are several great people, right? There are millions of stories that show that people have a sense and a spirit of resilience. So with that being said, you can, if you share your goals with somebody and they don't support you, you can use that as fuel. You can view that through the eyes of neutrality, in which, hey, that's just what this person thinks. I'm going to do it anyway. Or you can try to convince them, which you really don't need to do. Or with that, you just find somebody that will support you and deal with the feelings that you have of that person that's supporting you. So you see, goals are different than states and values, and I'll explain those in just a second. So I want to go over it one more time. What's a goal? It's stated specifically. You write it down. You write the outcome out. Time is involved with it. You have to reverse engineer through short-term goals, milestones, long-term goals and milestones in order to know where you're at. And you want to tell that to yourself, and you want to tell that to somebody who's going to hold you accountable. Watch out who you tell in between, because believe me, you may not have the best person to tell that to, right? Now, what is a value? What is a state? Okay, so in the coaching world, in the advertising, the marketing, and the sales world, you are told all the time that you need to provide value as a business owner, as a trainer, as a coach. Whatever business you're in, you need to provide value. You need to provide results before you start working with that person. So one way that you can do that is by eliciting a certain emotional state within your prospective client or lead. Okay, so what I mean by this, you provide value through Facebook content, through video, through a podcast. And what you do is you're trying to elicit a state, an emotional state, a mental state, a feeling. You're trying to bring something out in this person in order for them to experience a shift, right? You see all these motivational quotes and all these different coaches and all these different celebrities they post this different stuff, and some of it makes you think, some of it makes you feel really good and happy, some of it makes you really wonder about how you're living your life. Whatever it might be, you're eliciting these certain states by delivering value. So what are some characteristics of these states and these different values? Number one is it's stated ambiguously. Okay, it's stated, which means there can be multiple meanings. Okay, so it's not something that's super specific, but I'm going to have a great day today. That is something that's stated ambiguously, because we don't know what a great day means, right? We don't know what a great day means to you. We just know the general idea of what a great day and the feeling of a great day feels like, right? The difference between a big difference between goals and states or values are the emotions that are involved. Goals are very businesslike, very masculine, right? And then states, emotional states, values, feelings that you're trying to elicit are much softer. They're much more feminine. So there's a difference. Now, instead of writing goals like you would in goals, you write down your affirmations. Now, your affirmations can be anything from I am, followed by whatever phrase it is. I will, followed by what phrase it is. I can. So it's reinforcing your capabilities, your abilities, and your interpretations and perspectives about yourself. So there's one affirmation that I love to read that talks about commitment. And it says, the one thing that's separating me from anything that I want is commitment, is my level of commitment to giving what I must give in order to receive what I want to receive. And I use this in health. I use this with relationships. I use this with, what else do I use this with? My own level of commitment, and then in business as well, right? Because commitment is so huge. I've decided to take responsibility for my life, and I need to remember that. So the way that I do that is through affirmations. I can be what I will to be. I can be what I will to be. My intention is to be courageous. My intention is to be courageous, right? I am the source of my experience. I am the source of my experience. I control how I feel, right? Those are some things that I would view as affirmations, because they're reinforcing a new thought, a new belief, a new state of mind that you're trying to bring in, right? Now, there are no steps for states, and there are no steps for values. It's something that you can have right now, because it's a feeling. Now, if you and I were to be in the same room, and we can actually do this right now. If you're driving, don't do this. But we can be in the same room, and what we could do is we could have your eyes closed, and we could have you breathe for a couple of breaths. And if I wanted to make you feel rich, or if you wanted to feel rich, or if you wanted to feel happier, what we could do is we could have you close your eyes, take a couple of breaths, and we could imagine things that would make you happy or make you feel rich. For some of my clients, I did just imagine you're on the beach, you're having a drink, whatever it is that you enjoy, with a family member, with loved ones. How did you get to this beach? Well, you're in Aruba, Jamaica. You flew there on your private jet with your own personal pilot. You were able to bring anybody and anything that you wanted in order to spend that time with them. You're laughing. Any food that you want, it's available. And you get a ping on your phone, and you look, and you just made another $2,000 sitting there on the beach. How does that feel? And people usually will say, I feel really good. I feel great. I feel like I don't have any troubles anymore. I felt so relaxed. I felt the sun on my skin. I smelled the water, and I could hear birds in the background. You see, you can have it right now if you're looking for a state, or if you're looking to add value to somebody. You can elicit that right away, because feelings are not limited by space. Feelings are not limited by your surroundings. It's the imagination, right? It's infinite. So unlike goals, which have finite time listed on it, eliciting a certain state, eliciting a certain value, giving value, is something that's infinite. It can keep going over and over and over and over and over. Your feelings are your feelings. You can't run out of feelings unless you die, right? And then last but not least, it's stated for yourself and maybe another person. So when you think about giving and eliciting a state in somebody and delivering value, you're looking to shift somebody's perspective, somebody's idea of how things are going. And you have the ability to validate, to uplift, and to tear down anybody at any time. Think about that. You have the power through your words and your actions to uplift, to bring down, and basically alter somebody's mood, perception, feelings, beliefs, anything at any time, which makes you an extremely powerful person, extremely powerful. So with that being said, it is your responsibility to be aware of the words you say, when you say it, how you say it, why you say it, to who you say it, because there are consequences. There are consequences to your actions and words. So y'all, with that being said, the takeaway here is, are you working towards your goals, or are you just eliciting certain states and delivering value to yourself and to others? As a business owner, right, you're trying to help people get to their goals while also getting yourself to your own goals. And you've got to deliver value and elicit certain states in order to get there. Maybe your overall goal is to be as happy as you possibly can be. So that way you have a goal in order to achieve a state. Now, how can you use something finite to deliver something that is infinite? If you don't know what that means, go back and listen. You might have to change your process. So go back, listen to this. If you enjoyed it, let me know. Leave a comment, subscribe, share it out with somebody, and let me know what you thought between the difference and of the characteristics, the different characteristics of a goal, of a value, and of a state. And with that being said, I love you. I hope you have a great day. You're amazing. We'll talk soon. Peace.